All right, what is up YouTube? My name is Gabriel and I'm back again with another curly hair video. So last time I had pretty short hair. The sides were buzzed all the way short and the top was not quite as long as this, so I've since grown my hair out pretty long, and because of that a lot of people have been asking what my current routine is it any different, etc. So I'm just gonna go over my whole routine again. So this is gonna be how to style medium to long length curly hair and different tips and stuff that's gonna help you out. So I just woke up. This is my typical kind of bed head, just messy, like got strands of hair just coming out everywhere, you know, all this kind of thing. Lots of frizz. I have a lot of frizz, and that's the big thing with how I style my hair is getting rid of the frizz. So it's not like this. Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of all this stuff. If this is your first time like watching my curly hair video, just keep in mind like curly hair is really tough. For the longest time I wanted straight hair because it was so difficult, and then eventually in like around middle school, early high school, I just had a buzz cut all the time because it was so annoying. But I finally tried to grow it out and kind of figured out how to do it. I found some products that work. So hopefully you guys learned something from this. Let's get right into it. Curly hair is pretty annoying because you can't style it like dry. You can't just take a brush and brush through it. You pretty much gotta wet it at least a little bit, but when I do it, I fully soak it every morning. So I take a shower every morning and I completely soak my hair. And that's necessary because the air dry is what's so important. It gets rid of the frizz and stuff. You know, you can't get rid of the frizz if it's dry. So for the haircut itself, I went to the salon. And for dudes, if you're growing your hair out like to this length, stop going to the barber, start going to the salon. There's a big difference. So find someone who knows how to cut curly hair, maybe someone who has curly hair. So basically, I went to the salon and I just told the lady who cuts my hair that I want to grow it out. So I wanted her to cut it in a way that'll grow out nicely. And considering the fact that I hadn't cut my hair other than myself here and there in a whole year, and it looks decent, she did a pretty good job at sectioning it. I recommend talking to your hairstylist. They know what they're doing, you know, so find someone that you vibe with. And yeah, that's my advice for haircuts, because I don't ask for a specific haircut really. I kind of just like ask what needs to be done, you know. I kind of tell her like what my idea of what I want to do is, if I want to grow it or whatnot, if I want this or that, and just kind of let them do it from there. Curly hair does not have to be even everywhere because hair will curl differently, and it might curl differently every time you wake up. And so basically, sometimes like if a hair feels too long, it's getting my eyes and stuff, I'll just snip it off with scissors. If hair on top is like sticking up all the time, and I'll just cut it, you know. I do that a lot. That might not be the best thing, but that's just what I do. So, all right. So with the haircut out of the way, I'm gonna show you guys the products that I use. So with the haircut out of the way, I'm gonna go into the products, and I use the same brand products I have for the past 4 or 5 years. I exclusively use these because it's so good. It honestly changed my life with my hair and everything. So I can't recommend Taliwajid products enough. The most important thing that I use is the curl sealer. This is the after shower product, so when my hair is wet, I apply this. I'm going to show you guys in a second. But basically, this is the most important thing. So if you're only going to get one product, I would get this. But I have found that the shampoo and conditioner really do make a difference. If I use just any regular like Axe shampoo or something, it will dry my hair out and make it a lot harder to style nicely. It won't curl as nicely. It's just not gonna look as good. So I really recommend you get the whole set of all these that I use, because it makes a big difference. But if you're only gonna get one, get this. This is the most important thing. With the shampoo and conditioner, I've been using the Clean and Curly Hydrating Shampoo and the Enhancing Herbal Co-Wash Conditioner. So you can co-wash with this, or you can just use it like regular conditioner. I use a shampoo as well, so I don't co-wash. But yeah, everyone's hair is different. You can experiment. But these are what I use. I'm gonna have Amazon links in the description for all of these. You might be able to find them at your local grocery store or a hair salon or something, but Amazon's the most accessible for people. You can also order it directly from their website, I'm pretty sure. So the products are important, but the comb, in my opinion, is just as important. This thing is my baby. I treasure this comb. So if you are using brushes, you gotta stop using brushes. All it does is frizz your hair out. You gotta get a thick, like wide tooth comb like this. I'm gonna have an example one in the description, but you can really use any one. Basically, this is just gonna help style your hair without frizzing it. It's also gonna help stop your hair from knotting and dreading and that kind of stuff on its own, which mine does like crazy. So every time I shower, I duck my head under the shower head and I just comb through it over and over everywhere to get rid of all of the knots. I think it's pretty important. My hair is a lot different without it. It'll start knotting, helps section my curls off a little bit. Yeah, and then I also use it afterwards for styling. With the shampoo and conditioner, you need to stop shampooing your hair every day. Your hair does not need to be shampooed every day. What that does is that strips the natural oils out of your hair, and those are good for your hair. It's not greasy, it's not gross, but I personally only shampoo about once a week. Don't worry about sleeping with the product in your hair and stuff, because it's like really natural. It's not gonna make your skin break out or anything. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna hop in the shower, wet my hair, and then I'll come back and show you guys the styling process. So we're back, wet hair. I haven't really dried it. I'll use the towel a little bit just to make it so it's not dripping. And I like to shake it out as well. The less you rub it with a towel, the less frizzy it's gonna be. Okay, so now basically just take the Telewajid curl sealer, and how much of it you use depends on how much is already in your hair. Like day 1, after shampooing, you're probably gonna want to use a little bit more than like day 2 and 3 and 4. You can use less each day. Basically, I found that works pretty well. But I do use it pretty much every day. Sometimes I won't. Yeah, it depends. I have a lot of hair right now, so I'm gonna get a nice chunk of it. Okay, so got it all in, rinse my hands off. Now I'm just gonna take the comb and pretty much run through it everywhere. Again, I already did it in the shower, but I like to do it again after I put the product in. Now onto the styling. Basically, how you finish styling it is not going to be the final product, because how it dries is what comes into play a lot. So we're basically going to be setting it in a way that's going to dry nicely. And this takes like a lot of trial and error, and I've tried a bunch of different things. Basically the way, like the direction you comb it is going to change the style, and the longer your hair gets, the more this is true. So what I've been doing recently, since my hair is kind of long in the front, is I full middle part it. I don't know if that's perfect or not. I normally do this in the mirror. Maybe like right there, yeah. I basically full middle part it, like all the way to the back and everything. And then I kind of, with my fingers, I just like tease the top a little bit. Push on my eyes. And then, so if this was how I wanted to do it, I would basically leave it like this. And the goal is just to touch it as little as possible. The more you touch your hair, the more it's gonna frizz out. If it's windy outside, if you put a hat on, those kind of things, it's gonna mess it up. And a lot of people have said before, like, then what do you do if you live in a really cold area? And it gets pretty cold here in Tokyo, and I just suffer. I just go out with cold hair and I suffer. So you gotta do it for the look, right? So there are a bunch of different ways you can comb it. I really recommend that you experiment with it, especially because everyone has different hair and you'll learn different things. What I used to do before is I used to just comb all my hair up and then shake it and let it fall. And however it falls is how I would rock it. Because when you comb it up, it's gonna, at the root, it's gonna be going straight up, and it'll actually change the way it looks a lot. But you basically just want to find out different ways you comb it and then let it dry. If you comb it straight down and then let it dry, it's gonna look a hell of a lot different than when you comb it up and let it dry. So I think testing around with these things and finding out what you like is what's most important. So yeah, that's the shampoo, that's the product combing and drying process. I know it sucks, you can't wear hats. If I put a hat on, I commit to the hat for the rest of the day, because it completely messes my hair up. So I'm gonna let my hair naturally dry, and then I will show the finished product. I'll add some more photos and stuff as well. But basically I wanted to talk about some things that people were asking in the last video. So on losing hair, you're not losing hair. A lot of people can say that the products make them lose the hair or whatever, but you're not losing hair. Everyone's hair falls out. The thing is when your hair is curly, the hair follicle falls out, but the hair, like it stays on your head. And then when you go to take a shower and you comb through it, all that hair that's fallen out over the past day is now coming out just then. So instead of falling off periodically throughout the day, it sits there, and then when you comb through it, it all comes out. So unless you have bald spots or your hair is like noticeably thinning, and I don't mean like it's a different texture now that you're using a different product. I mean like your hair is like thin, like you can see through it differently. Like you probably have nothing to worry about. But yeah, so for some reason in the last video, a lot of people were commenting that I have a perm and I'm a fake curly hair gang, whatever. I don't know. They were like getting all mad and stuff. And I guess I can show you some baby pictures or something, or I can show you this. Do you think I perm my armpit hair as well? Is that like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, and finally, some people were commenting about how it's good to dry your hair with a cotton t-shirt instead of like a regular bath towel. I actually never tried that. I just use a bath towel because I really don't dry my hair that much. I kind of just pat it so it's not dripping, and then I shake it out a little bit, and then I'll just let it air dry. So I don't know, just whatever you do, just don't dry it with a blow dryer. I heard that diffuser attachments can help, but I think air drying is probably just the best. And then also people commented about sleeping with a satin pillowcase. It just helps the texture of your hair. I can't speak on that because I haven't tried it as well, but you're welcome to experiment as I recommend you to do. But yeah, I'll be in the comments as always. So any questions, anything that was unclear or anything, just let me know and I'll try to answer it as best I can. All right, peace.